Hi guys, welcome back to Talk That Talk.
Carry on, do it.
As you can see, I'm a busy man. Welcome back to Talk That Talk. Today, I'd like that you could join us today. And with us, we have Blaze and Junior.
What's good?
And today we're going to be talking about some funny and silly things that we
and some serious things.
Our phobias and scary things that has happened in our lives and funny things that has happened in our lives as well.
Yeah. And our best moments as well.
Yeah, best moments in our lives. So 5 years ago, I went to Jamaica. My mom had sent me around the corner to visit someone's house. I'm not big on dogs, and in Jamaica there are a lot of dogs that roam the street. So I usually carry with me a stick, you know, just to shoo them away when I'm walking down the street. Because I'm not very. It's one thing my grandma used to tell me as well: be careful of these dogs because they carry rabies. Don't let them bite you or anything like that.
If a dog bites you, the dog will probably get ill.
Oh my God. So I set out, had my shorts on, had my stick in my hand. I had a big stick which I'd carved, you know, ready to go on this trip. Yeah, because in case something comes, I can whack it.
Carve the stick. That's some thousand things. Oh my God, go on,
I get to this person's house and they have this little nasty dog outside. Nasty looking ill dog.
I've never heard the story, you know.
There's a nasty ill looking dog. So it comes towards me, shoot. I kind of like do this with the stick. So it runs around the corner into the person's house. I'm like, I'm feeling good about myself. I shoot the dog away. And I continue walking. And then next minute, I see him come back round thinking, oh, you brave, aren't you? Right? But this guy was not alone. He'd come with his boys. There was about 7 other dogs with him. That moment, my soul left my body. I said, boy, what? I just dropped the stick. I don't know why I took my clothes off. I took my jacket off.
You said blood clot.
No, I didn't have any chance to say anything. My soul literally, I said, oh God, take me down. I took my jacket off. I said, I've only got a few seconds before they get up to me. I turn around, I have these shorts on, and I set off. I set off so fast. The neighbours in the thing, they were calling me Usain Bolt. I swear to God, they were saying to me I should do Olympics. As I'm running, I can hear these 7 feet. I can hear them behind me. I've got these shorts and I can feel the teeth biting on the back, just missing my legs. And I'm running and I'm thinking, praise Lord, not today, I don't want to die. And I just keep going and eventually they give up. I make it, but
oh my gosh, the best story ever.
That day, I almost died instantly because I don't like dogs in general. And to see 7 of them come round the corner, I learned a lesson that day. Do not shoo dogs away. Do not be nasty to animals. They'll
shoot. What is shoe supposed to do? Mine involved, I was on a football trip in Italy. I prayed and I was like, Lord, let me get us all get home safe, let nothing happen. And this was before we left Italy. This was when we were at the train station going to the airport. We get on the coach, we're on the M1 going back home, so they're going to drop us off as a team. And you know how that, like on little minibuses, there's like 2 seats, then there's a 1 seat there, and there's a gap in it.
Yeah.
I was sat next to my friend who was sat on this seat. I was sat on this seat, but my feet were on that seat. I had flip-flops on and some shorts, and I was like laid like this. I was using him as my backrest. I fell asleep, and as I woke up, the minibus was flipping over. Like it flipped over like 4 or 5 times. As it's flipping over, I'm in the minibus, and like, you know how there's like a middle row, the aisle?
Yeah.
There's an aisle, yeah? And I'm my body's like in the middle of the aisle. Like, I'm just like, I'm floating in the air. and the whole bus is flipping around me. And I can only see like the sky. And I was just there thinking to myself, like, I thought it was a dream at that particular moment. All I could see was just people's heads just going around me like this. Like people's heads just going around me like this. So I'm just there thinking to myself, like, yo, this is not happening. Like, it's not in it. So I think after it finished like spinning and like stopped spinning, I must have hit something and passed out. So when I woke up here, everyone was at the bus. And all I could hear was people screaming, oh! Everyone's hurt. Someone called ambulance. I could hear helicopters coming and everything. So I'm thinking to myself like, nah, this is not happening. And all I can hear is people outside saying to me, oh, the van is on fire. The van is on fire. It might explode. It might explode. And I'm thinking to myself like, let me get out of this van. And there's glass, like, but the good thing is like, you know when glass breaks in cars, it breaks into little pieces so it doesn't cut you. So I'm walking on barefoot with glass here. And the guy who was sat next to me, I see him here. I see like, the van is on his side, these are the windows, so it's on his side. And I could see his head through the window, like, and he's got like a big gash cut. And he's just there like, I think he's trying to talk to me, he's looking at me, and I'm stood there, I'm thinking to myself like, I couldn't move for ages. Like, I was just looking at him, and I can hear people saying, come out, but I could not move. And I'm looking at him, and I felt like he was trying to say something to me. And then at that moment, like I was like, I need to get out of this thing. And I'm on top of this van, so I'm putting pressure on him as well. So I'm thinking, let me get out, let me get out, let me get out. So I'm making my way out to the driver's seat so I can come up through the window at the driver's seat. So I'm coming out that window, and all I can see, literally the first thing I could see was like, you know how the sun hits you, and then I turn around and I could just see cars for miles, man. And I could see cars on the other side had stopped to see what's going on, and helicopter just coming down, and ambulances everywhere. And I'm just there thinking to myself like, this is not real, like this is crazy. I could see like all my friends, all my teammates crying, people hurt, bleeding, and like I'm looking at myself here, and I probably was one of the only people with no seatbelt on. I'm looking at myself, and all I have here is like my feet are bleeding, my knees just a little bit gashed, but like people had some severe injuries. I'm looking at myself like thinking I had no seatbelt on, and all I have is that. Like for me, it was like one of those things where you're like, that's crazy, B. Like, that's crazy. And I was like, dude, all I could say is, it's God. I don't care if what anyone says, but in me, my spirit, I felt like that was it. That, and everything that kept it, like in my mind, all I could think about was that prayer before I left. The fire brigade here came and they were trying to lift the van out, but then it turned out that the guy who was sitting next to me had died. I got to the hospital here, and I think Blaze came, my mom and them. Came in the morning, yeah. And like, I was sat there, and in that moment when I had seen like my mom and Blaze-Yann turn the corner, yeah, I just bawled out, man. Like I couldn't stop crying, man. Like in my mind I was thinking I couldn't have seen these people again. Like it could have been my last day to see everyone. So like, I remember Blaze was like, yo bro, are you okay? And like that's when, I don't know, like that's I think for me that's when the time I knew that this guy is like my friend. He was the first person out of my friends who was there, like literally. I remember getting stitches and stuff, and Blaze was holding my hand, and this woman was chucking needles in me. I don't remember. She was like to me, I was like, you got any like laughing gas? So I was asking for gas. She was like, no, look at the anesthetics. And the needle was massive. She's just there, just pricking it. Man, that was just there. That's my most craziest story. I got home and I slept, yeah. I was about to sleep and I just thought, this day has been crazy.
A scary moment actually happened to me. There was one time when I was like about 8 years old, like 7, 8, and we went on a holiday to like the south of France, this holiday resort. And like, so I went with my family, and then we also brought like a family friend, like this girl. She was like, I think about maybe 3 years older than me, so she must have been like about 11-ish or something like that. And it was her, and then we befriended like another girl over there as well, right? So them two girls were about the same age, and I was the youngest out of the 3 of us. And these girls were talking about how, yo, you know what? Because we were like just chilling by the side of the pool, thinking what to do. And these girls were talking about, you know what we should do? We should like conjure up the spirits. And then I was like, you know, being 7 years old, 8 years old, I didn't even have a clue what they were talking about. I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, you do these things like, can't you like talk to the dead? And then like, the first thing that came to my mind was, you know what? Oh, I thought to myself, like, you know what? my uncle like died when I was like a kid, and I've never actually got to know him. Maybe I'll get to speak to him. So naively, that's what I was thinking in my head, kind of thing, right? So literally like we got like a Scrabble board and everything, like with the letters and everything. Went back to our hotel room. These girls like closed the curtains and everything. They turned like all the letters like upside down, so they were facing down. They got like a glass and they put like a drop of water inside it. They put it in the middle of the room, and then we like just sat like around like the letters, right? And we had to hold hands. Like this is a proper like Ouija board nonsense kind of thing, right? So we like sat around like the letters, and like and we were holding hands, and they were saying like just call up the spirits like in your head. Like so like they're like holding up the spirits, calling the spirits.
I got goosebumps.
And listen, that story every time I say it, I tell you, I always get goosebumps as well. And so like we're just calling up the spirits and like nothing going on. So like just like think harder, call harder, say it out loud. So we're probably there like calling up the spirits out loud in that, like in the room, right? Then after a while it just got really freaky. So I thought, you know what? Let's just stop all this, right? So like we like open the curtains and everything, right? This girl like so she picks up the glass, right? She looks inside and she's like, wait, look, it's like look inside the cup. And we looked at it, right? And the drop, no lie, had like a shape of like a human head. I swear down, like listen, I'm even getting goosebumps now as I'm thinking back to like what I saw, right? The drop inside the cup had like the shape of literally like of a head. You could call it like coincidence, but it literally looked like the shape of a head. So the girl was holding it, so we start picking up the letters and everything. Out of nowhere, this girl screams and she drops the glass. She goes, ah! And she probably just drops the glass. All you hear is, bah! And all like the letters just like spread all over the floor and everything, right? Scary shit, man. I'm telling you, this was scary as hell. So then like we think, what happened? She's like, I don't know, it's like something touched me. And we're like, what the hell? So then like, so we regain ourselves and everything, and we start like picking up the letters off the floor, right? No lie, every single letter on the floor was still facing down, apart from 2 letters. I swear down. And so it was literally, I remember the letters as well. It was RT. And then she's like, oh my gosh. Like my uncle died literally like a year ago, and his name was, I'm not going to say the name, but it started with an R. Like first name started with an R, last name started with a T. And we just there like, I was spooked as hell. 7, 8 years old, I was spooked. I'm just there thinking like, oh, what the hell is this, man? So like, yeah, so anyway, so we carry on like cleaning up the things and everything, right? And then like out of nowhere again, this girl literally like screams, she's like, ah! And she jumps up on the bed. So instinctively we all jump up on the bed, and she's like, something grab my leg. We're like, oh my gosh, man, yo. Eventually we left the room, returned the board and everything. I was so shook. And the thing is, on that holiday, I was sharing that room with her, basically, right? So that night, it's like we were chilling like in my cousin's room, like the room next door. And then like when it got to that super late hours, you know the time when it's time to go to bed now, isn't it? So we're like, okay, well let's go to bed then. I was like, I'm just gonna sleep right here. they didn't know what had happened. They were like, what's wrong with you? And she's like, because she heard me say I'm sleeping here. She's like, yeah, I'm sleeping here too. So everybody's like, what's going on? Like, well, just go to your room. And I was like, no, I'm gonna sleep right here. There was no way on earth. And lucky enough as well, it was the last night as well, but there was no way on earth I was going to go back and sleep in that room. Hell to the no.
It's mad.
But yeah, that was the scariest thing that's happened.
I have a few scared, so we should leave that for like another time. Yeah.
What's the third one?